New at 10, a man is being treated for injuries following a situation with Sheboygan police earlier today. Officers were dispatched for a welfare check in the 900 block of North 11th Street, where they discovered blood outside of a home. They began looking for the resident of that home, later finding evidence that he abused his dog, leading to its death. Officers later found the man in the downtown area. Police called for backup after officials say he did not comply with officers' orders and was armed with a knife. Police used non-lethal munitions and electronic control devices to take the man into custody. According to the release, officers noticed the man had injuries unrelated to the munitions and began life-saving measures. The man was taken to a nearby hospital before being transported to a Milwaukee area hospital. The investigation is ongoing. The Sheboygan Police Department says they plan to file charges with the district attorney's office in the future.